The power of making your own tools. There is something sacred about creating your own tool. When your hands touch the ingredients, when your breath moves through the ritual, when your intention settles into the blend, you're not just making something, you're activating something. You're telling your spirit, I am willing to show up for myself. I am willing to participate in my own healing. I am willing to love myself on purpose. When you craft your own tool, the energy doesn't come from outside of you. It rises from within you. It carries your truth, your softness, your courage, your desire to be held by your own hands first. This is why self-made tools are so powerful. They don't just work for you, they work because of you. And when the tool is built for self-love, something even deeper happens. Your heart recognizes your effort. Your nervous system recognizes your intention. Your energy recognizes your devotion. You become the source of the love you've been waiting for. That is the power of making your own tool. That is the frequency of self-love brings real love. Self-love brings real love, the creation process. You will need the following to create your own self-love brings real love wax melt. 12 ounces of beeswax pellets, 2 tablespoons of organic unrefined virgin coconut oil, 80 drops of Lang Lang essential oil, 80 drops of sweet orange essential oil, and 80 drops of lavender essential oil, 6 teaspoons of rose quartz, 6 teaspoons of pink tourmaline, 6 teaspoons of sunstone, and 6 teaspoons of amethyst in small pieces, 24 rose buds, 6 teaspoons of jasmine buds, and 12 to 18 fresh sage leaves. This recipe makes 6 large melts that can be cut into quarters for extended use. Everything I use is linked in the description box, and I do make a small commission if you buy through the links. Step 1. Prepare your workspace, where self-love begins. Set up your wax warmer or hot plate in a well-ventilated area. Lay out your pot, thermometer, molds, crystals, and botanicals. Pre-measure your essential oils so the process flows with ease. Self-love doesn't begin in the wax. It begins in your presence. Not perfection, not performance. Just the willingness to show up for yourself. This is the first act of choosing you. Step 2. Melt the beeswax, the foundation of warmth. Add 12 ounces of beeswax to your pot and melt it over low to medium heat, around 145 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Beeswax melts slowly on purpose. It teaches you the first truth of self-love. Softening is a process, not a demand. As it liquefies, let the golden wax mirror your own softening, the way your heart loosens when you stop bracing against yourself. Keep the temperature steady, never above 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Too much heat burns the wax and dulls the oils. Self-love doesn't bloom under pressure, it blooms in patience. Step 3. Add coconut oil, softening the heart. Once the wax reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit, remove it from the heat and add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. This softens the final melt and improves scent diffusion. It's a reminder that love, real love, requires softness, not strain. Step 4. Infuse the essential oils, the breath of self-devotion. Let the wax cool to 135 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, the temperature where essential oils stay potent and alive. Then add 80 drops of Lang Lang for emotional harmony and heart softening, 80 drops of sweet orange for joy, warmth, and uplift, and 80 drops of lavender for peace, rest, and release. Stir slowly, letting the scent rise like a breath that says, I am worthy, I am open, I am learning to love myself. This is where the melt shifts from ingredients to intention. Step 5. Prepare the molds. Build the vessel of love. Before pouring, prepare each mold like a tiny altar of devotion. Into each cavity, you'll add the ingredients that anchor this blend into the frequency of self-love. Start with your crystals. 1 teaspoon of rose quartz for unconditional love. 1 teaspoon of pink tourmaline, inviting emotional healing and self-trust. 1 teaspoon of sunstone for warmth, confidence, and inner radiance. 1 teaspoon of amethyst for clarity, calm, and spiritual steadiness. Then add your botanicals. 4 rosebuds for softness and heart opening. 1 teaspoon of jasmine buds for sensuality, devotion, and self-tending. And 2 to 3 sage leaves for clearing, release, and energetic reset. These botanicals and stones don't just decorate. They anchor the melt in tenderness, courage, clarity, and emotional warmth. This is where the melt becomes a tool, not because of what it looks like, but because of what you're placing into it. Step 6. Pour the wax, the first layer of receiving. Pour a thin layer of wax into each mold. This helps the botanicals settle and prevents floating. Let it thicken slightly, not fully set, just enough to hold. This first layer acts like the first moment of self-love. Quiet, subtle, but strong enough to support what comes next. Step 7. Add the remaining wax. Let love take its shape. Once the first layer grips the ingredients, pour the remaining wax slowly over the top, like warmth filling the spaces where doubt once lived. Pour with intention, knowing this tool is being built to amplify your self-love, not replace it. This is where the melt becomes whole, where the ingredients become a vessel, and your intention becomes form. Step 8. Let them set. Trust the unrushed. Allow the melts to cool naturally for a minimum of 24 hours. No freezer, no fridge, no rushing. Self-love settles in stillness, patience, and gentleness. Let the melts honor that. Once fully cooled, remove them from the molds and store them in an airtight container. They're ready for your next moment of choosing yourself. Thanks for watching. If something in this video resonated with you, honoring that with a like helps this work find the people who are meant to see it. And I'd love to hear your reflections in the comments. It's always beautiful to see how these messages land for different people. And by all means, share it with anyone you think might benefit. If you want to keep exploring with me, make sure you're subscribed. I share new videos every week, and each one builds on this journey in its own way. Please never forget, my intent is your ascent. See you next time.